the day, it's back. Review time. Aeroplane review. War Thunder. This is the MC-202 Italian fighter, known as the Folgore, or Thunderbolt in English. It's got a battle rate of 2.3, and it is magnificent. Now, first thing I'm doing here is showing you the aircraft. It is a beauty, and all the interior bit. We'll show you some gameplay and some history of the aircraft. First of all, this is the cockpit view. This is for you people who like to play simulation battles. As you can see, it's got quite a good view all round, so it's a good aircraft to get yourself started in sim battles. Very good all round view. Okay, so here's the gameplay. This is a match, obviously. It's realistic. Don't play arcade, don't believe it. But now let's start off with a bit of history. The Folgore was first introduced in 1941, and when it was first introduced it was better than the Hawker Hurricane and the P-40 that it mostly fought against. It was even equal to the Spitfire Mark V. It could actually outturn the Spitfire, which is very good. It outdid the P-38, the P-39. So it sounds like an amazing aircraft, doesn't it? Absolutely amazing. Why isn't it higher battle rate, you're all asking? Yeah. Well, yeah, this is where it starts going a bit bad. It has got a beautiful engine. It's an Alfa Romeo version of the Daimler-Benz engine. It's a Alfa Romeo RA1000 R.C.41-1 liquid-cooled supercharged inverted V12. And yeah, it's an Alfa Romeo. Don't worry, it doesn't break down like most of the Alfa Romeo cars did. So don't worry, it will get off the ground. It's a very good aircraft, very fast. Top speed is 372 miles an hour, 372.73 at 18,000 feet, so it's very quick. It's got a great rate of climb at 3,500. Still get outdone by a Spitfire. Where it's let down, especially in the game, is its armament. It's got two 12.7mm Beretta machine guns firing through the prop, and two 30 calibers in the wings. Yeah. I hope War Thunder does put in the 205 version, which had two cannons in the wings. That would make it very good. But and also they're not your standard 50 cals. These are the they fire Vickers bullets, so they do travel slower. So you have to lead target a little bit more. The operational use of this aircraft, it was used by the Germans. They only operated like 12 of them though, but mostly it was Italy, and that was the Aeronautical Regina, which is the Royal Air Force. What more we need to say about it? It had quite a good career. It first saw service over Malta. It fought in North Africa. It even saw operation on the Eastern Front, and yeah, it was fought over Italy. So there's our first kill. Just took out a PBY Catalina. The 30 cals are really weedy, but those 250s and those, they can do some damage. It's got combat flaps as well, so that makes it extremely manoeuvrable. As you can see, going into a dive here, chasing after the target, and it manoeuvres really well. If you like your Spitfires and you're trying to get into German aircraft, this is a really good starting point, because this aircraft, it feels like a Spitfire. And it looks beautiful. It was often referred to as the Ferrari of the skies and everything, but you know, after obviously a lot later on, it was referred to that. The only cars sort of about that time that were that sort of beautiful would have probably been called the Alfa Romeo of the sky, because of the look of it, and it is an absolute beauty. If you watch documentaries on it, there was a lot of things about they thought it wouldn't work in North Africa, but the Italians modified it quite well for dust covers and everything, and it performed really, really well in North Africa. In fact, it was actually that part of the reason why Spitfires were deployed to North Africa so early, to protect the Hurricanes, because this thing would munch a Hurricane quite nicely. As you can see, the manoeuvrability in the game is amazing. The thing handles very well. In real life, it had problems. It did have problems. Its radios were unreliable, so the pilots would have to use their wings to communicate with each other. Made it quite awkward. And it also had quite alarmingly, a problem with its oxygen for the cabin, so which caused sometimes fatal accidents. So overall, in real life, not the best of aircraft. It was a very capable aircraft. If this thing had, they'd stacked those wings full of Brenner 12.7 mils. It's 12.7, isn't it? I'm not just making shit up. Yeah, 12.7. Yeah, if they'd filled those wings up with maybe 6 of them, that would have been really good. I mean, this aircraft would have been amazing in real life, and it would have been super in the game. But we have to contend with just 250 cows and 230 cows. And it's not bad. To be honest, 2.7 barrel rating, the worst you're probably going to come up against to try and take down, and you can take them down if you just pepper them, is the Typhoon, the earlier version of the Typhoon, just because of the armour, purely. But overall, definitely, if you want to get into your German aircraft, this is a great starting thing. I know it's Italian, but it's in the German line. Work with me. But yeah, this very capable aircraft, very capable. We're already on a couple of kills now, so we're going after another one. That's F4F Wildcat ahead, and yep, hit him a bit, and use the speed because it does carry it keeps its speed quite well. I've noticed that a lot. You can climb at 2,900 feet per minute, and it'll keep accelerating. Beautiful split S there, coming back around. Or is that an Immelman? Oh, that's an Immelman. Or is it a split S? I can never remember it. I think it's both, really. We're coming in. Wildcat. Oh, yeah, there you go. His engine's toasty. Carries quite a good amount of ammunition. Its ammunition comprises of 800 of the 50 cal and 1,000 30 cal rounds, so that's very good. I mean, that'll keep you in the air for a while, especially if you get a pilot snipe. You can make the ammunition last a lot longer. You see here, we're going after P40, and yeah, the poor guy, he's at lower altitude, he hasn't got the speed advantage, and this thing is just making mincemeat of him. So manoeuvrable. He's made a little mistake there, belly slammed it, and I've got the kill. So we're going back after that F4F. He's coming after me. Go head on. Try not to do that usually. Just build it up. Bank around again. Trying to dodge all hell coming our way. But yeah, so this aircraft, pretty good. Real life performance was admirable, especially for Italy. I mean, the Italians had very, very reliable aircraft and tanks in the Second World War. It's just a shame that the armaments weren't as good. I mean, the Spitfire, if you compare the Spitfire to this, the Spitfire had 4 30 calibers, but it had 2 20mm cannons. The 205 has the 2 20mm cannons, and that's got a different design of the wing. They did actually design a variant which could have pods under the wings for the cannons, but they found it hampered the performance quite badly. As you can see, very aerodynamic. Don't know if this is a thing with... this just seems to be a thing with Italians, and their aerodynamics seem to be spot on a lot of the time. Their planes are beautiful. And so we're just RTBing now, getting some more ammo, because we've expended the ammo, so we need to get some more. And then we're going to go back up, because there's still more things to kill, and I'm not satisfied with just getting a couple of kills. So we're coming in. Loses speed quite well. As you can see there, we're dropping the speed off. I really love this aircraft. I just unlocked the Eastern Front skin for it, which is the one with the German insignias on it, and it's dark grey. That's how much I've been playing this aircraft. Really enjoy it. I've got quite far up the German aircraft, and yet I still find myself coming back to this. So if you like a bit of dogfighting, but you want to earn your Germans, you want to get your Horton Flying Wing, your ME-262 or your HE-162. Big endorsement for this aircraft. Definitely go for it. It's not going to take you long to get it either. It's only, as I said, it's only a 2.3 battle rating. It's only rank 2. It's not going to take you long to get it. You're going to get it within maybe a day. Easily get it in a day. And my recommendation, don't play it in arcade. Play it realistic. This plane, it's like it was designed for realistic battles. It's so fun to fly, even against the British. The only one I haven't taken it against yet is I've never fought against the Japanese with it. So, a Zero, if you go up against Zero in this, you know, try and outturn a Zero. We've all done it once or twice, and the only thing that I can say for sure is, if you're going to try and outturn a Zero, do it in Mark 9 Spitfire. That's the only one that I've found can actually do it. But we're just sitting on the runway. Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. Rearmed, there we go. Alright, set the flaps to take off. And yeah, so a very quick accelerating aircraft here. I mean, look at it, it's absolutely beautiful. There we go. Off the ground, landing gear up. Standard style at landing gear, but it does have the covers over the wheels, and that would have helped with aerodynamics. But it still doesn't have the rear wheel retracting like some of the BF-109s. Main thing you want to do this is you still want to get your altitude, you still want to keep above your target, but if a Typhoon or something does try and turn fight you, I had this match I played just before I started making this video actually. Just drop the speed, drop those combat flaps, turn, just keep him in a turn fight, skip around on the inside and blast him, because he's got, yeah, he has 12 30 cals, but you got those 250s. And now it may not be as good, but we've got a couple of Incendiary rounds, goes for the fuel tank, sets him alight, he's going to be in trouble. So all I can really say about this aircraft is, if you don't like your Germans because you don't like the way most of them fly, definitely go to the German line just for the Italians, because the Italian, this thing alone is worth the price of admission, and it's in a game that's free. So what are you waiting for? Go get it. Go play. Get this aircraft. Join me. Join me and we will destroy many, many aircraft. This thing munches early American aircraft. Really does. And new patch coming out soon for War Thunder. Just added it in there at the end. So looking forward to that. British tanks are coming. Very nice. And yeah, you see already, we're already up to altitude. You know, we've got a nice altitude. We're picking up speed quite nicely. And yeah, really want to see the 220mm cannon version of this. 250 cals in the nose and 220mm cannons in the wings with this performance. Oh yeah, gimme. You know, this thing, it's so easy to get the hang of. Yeah, you're gonna have a bad game. We all have bad games, you know. Everyone does. You can be, I mean, there we go head on, set him alight, yeah, crispy. So that's another Wildcat. We just made him nice and crispy. We're doing 330 miles an hour. That's a nice turn there. And I'm going to use the speed, just try and get away from him. I'm hoping he'll just blow up because he is on fire. There we go, he's gone. And yeah, so this is the review of the MC-202 Italian Rank 2 fighter War Thunder, 2.3 barrel rating. Give it a go. Even not fully upgraded, I'd still say give it a go. We'll just go up against this blender now. This is the final part of the video. Duck underneath his guns, and I'm thinking about backing towards that F4F rather than taking on the Blenheim. But yeah, look, there we go. He's crisp. He is done. Took on a Dornier. Those things with those, if it is the one with the cannons and the machine guns in the nose, yeah, you don't want to go head on with one of them at all. It's always going to end badly. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Sorry it's been a while for the historical review. It takes a while to get this sort of footage because I want to show you the aircraft at its best. You know, if I like an aircraft, especially, it's got to be shown at its best, because no point showing you it getting jumped over and then me going, oh yeah, it's not very good, or yeah, I like this aircraft. And there you go, there's a bit of the cockpit just shooting up this blender now. Just really, I'm trying to take his engines out, finish him off. Look at that, it's a beautiful aircraft. I mean, it's just a shame its armament is a bit weedy compared to some of the other nations, but there you go, he's on fire now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do by now.